Hello my friends and welcome to episode 5 of our FM21 Beta save with Barcelona. This has been one of the most grueling FM marathons I have ever done. I've basically had to record Thursday's episode, Friday's episode and today's episode in one day. I've got workmen, I've got the family, whatnot. So I've been playing now for around about 14 hours with a half hour break. For tea. I'm absolutely exhausted. It's now midnight, so I'm being a bit quieter in this video. I'll turn up in the editing, so hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. If you guys can't hear me very well, I do apologise, but it's taken me about 6-7 hours from the last episode to get to this episode. A lot of hard work, and to be honest, I'm going to be glad when it's recorded, because then I can take a break, have a sleep, and refresh. So the last episode was the 2-0 defeat to Atletico Madrid. Now, as I said, around that time I had changed no, it wasn't the 2-0 defeat to the Atletico Madrid, it was the 2-0 win to Atletico Madrid. Around that time, as I said, we had changed tactics and whatnot, wanted to see how it was going, but we were on a poor run of form at this point. How has things gone since then? Well, we beat Villarreal 4-2, I can barely remember this game anymore. Petty with a goal, Coutinho with a brace, and Griezmann with a goal as well. In fact, let's go into transfers first, because there is transfers and it will show you kind of what we've done. So, we had, obviously, Fernandez is away, we knew that was happening. Candelo went away out on loan. Sergio Roberto went to Liverpool for 50 million, our only big sale of the window. It was a slightly cut price deal, and we're actually paying a fair chunk of his wages, but a lot less than what we were paying already. So I think we're still paying him 61 grand a week. We'll double check that. 61 grand until 22, so that's a lot of money. And then a couple of loans out. Did try and sell Griezmann. I did have a bid for Pjanic, but it was 24 million, drastically lower than what I'd be willing to sell for. In truth, I still felt he would offer something to the squad, even though Pedri is sort of the first choice now. But by selling Sergio Roberto, it allowed us to dip our hands in the transfer market. So first incoming is Gabriel Barbosa. I remember him as a bit of an FM legend. Now he's come in for £20 million. Now that's money up top and then some money over the next 3 years again. But a very, very solid player all round. Gives us an extra striker, which I felt was really, really important. We knew Braithwaite wasn't going to be that guy. That was very much a given. But Barbosa comes in. He has started a number of games, as you can see at the bottom. 3 Spanish Cup games. 4 starts in the league, 1 off the bench with 2 goals. The 1 off the bench was actually right mid as well, or right wing to, just for rotation really. And we then were able to go and get Kevin Mbabu as a direct replacement for Sergio Roberto. He had a release clause to Champions Cup teams of 8 million, and I felt that was just a no-brainer to go and trigger. Very quick player, obviously. Decent going forward, solid defensively. All round, I felt this was a fairly good deal. It was already valued at £14 million. We are over wage budget considerably by 153,000. So actually, why don't we just go like that? Touch more. You're not going to let me go a touch more, are you? Okay, never mind. And that would sort of that. But anyway, we also have 2 transfers coming in the summer, done and dusted. We've got Gianluigi Donald, who I said I was going to go for now. I think this has cost us about £11 million to do, when you count any compensation that was there and agent fees and whatnot. It was quite a hefty agent fee. I think it is generally just agent fees. I think there's no compensation for Gianluigi Donnarumma, which is an absolute snip. We can then go and sell Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, which will bring in a fair chunk of money that we can invest in other areas of the squad. And we drastically youthing that position. We also have Eric Garcia coming in. Now, I don't know a whole lot about him, but apparently he came through the club. Does he count as homegrown? He does indeed. That's actually a really good deal then. Again, no compensation. It's cost us about £200,000. And I see this guy as just a natural replacement for Gerard Piqué, if I'm honest with you. 20 years old. An absolute snip. He will come in. We'll sell PK and he will go straight into the first team, I think. And again, the PK money, again, it won't be huge amounts, but it can be reinvested elsewhere in the team. So that brings us on to the fixtures. Now I apologise, I should have done it that way round. Initially, as I said, I'm absolutely exhausted. So we were at Atletico Madrid, then we covered Villarreal, and then we drew 1-1 against Celta Vigo. Now I do remember this game. I forgot to bring Azuro back out. I'd played him, was it the previous game I played him? No, it wasn't. I put him in. No, I did put Azuro in for his debut because PK needed a rest. I'm trying to remember it again. I say I'm very tired. Scored from a corner. Great. And then, it's quite late on, they just got it. Messi played a poor pass to Griezmann. It went to the goalkeeper. He just pings the ball right over the goalkeeper, right over the defence. Bounces. Striker picks it up and scores. Very late equaliser. Unjust in my opinion, but a bit frustrating. We then played Alves. We won 2-0 there. Sergio Roberto with a thunderbolt and Marlon Pjanic scoring there. We then played a fairly weakened team against Real Madrid. You know, Elena in there, Aurel Busquets in there, I should say, and Araujo, who had a fairly solid game. Overall, it was fairly decent, and it was fairly good. Aurel Busquets picked up a knock. I feel like we were the better team, but obviously we were playing a weakened team. They played a sort of rotation goalkeeper, but other than that, they were full strength, and it showed. In the end, I do think we were valued for a win though. We then played Getafe, Lionel Messi brace, getting us the win there. Before we played Murica, where we won on penalties. They are 3 divisions below us, but I'm kind of hoping that they still got the match stats. As you see, we absolutely battered them off the park. Don't know how it was 0-0 at full time. Messi missed a penalty during the game. Griezmann missed a penalty during the game as well. It was absolutely heartbreaking. 4.3 expected goals there, or 2-3 rather expected goals there, and that then affected this game against Atletico Madrid. The team was absolutely knackered, so we rotated a bit, and again it showed. Again, I feel like we weren't as bad as the stats make out, but hey ho, a 2-0 defeat is a 2-0 defeat. Before we then played Valencia, Lionel Messi got himself sent off, so we had to change things a little bit. Against the best defence in the league, I thought, you know what, I'll take a 0-0, and Anton Griezmann stepped up with a brace to get us a 2-1 victory. We're actually 2-0 for large parts of the game, and they went for it in the last sort of 10 minutes, and I didn't adjust the tactics quick enough, and it let them get a counter and a goal. I had adjusted the tactics after that, and we held on for the victory. Before we played Leganes, a 5-3 game in the cup. Now you can see here, high scoring games in the cup has become a bit of an issue. We've conceded a lot of goals in this cup. When you look at our league form, not a lot of goals. Cup form, conceding hundreds. Messi, Dembele with braces, and Barbosa getting his first goal. As you see though, the stats really show this. We were expected to score 3 goals, they were expected to score about 1.3, give or take. It was an absolutely crazy game. We then played Villarreal. Again, we were knackered on this game, and it showed they're a fairly solid side, Villarreal, and it was a fairly boring 0-0. Kevin Mbabu coming off. He was injured when we signed him. It was just a small knock, so it was nothing that concerned me, so we made the deal anyway. He came on despite being injured for his debut because Serginho Dest was having a horror show. We then played Zaragoza, a 4-2 victory in the cup. As I said, defence is not really showing. A brace from Gabriel Barbosa, 1 from Dembele, and 2 from Lionel Messi. Again, the stats. They've scored 4 goals more than what they should have. We've scored 2 goals more than what we should have. It's highlighting that I don't think, but I'm looking at this expected goals per game, and I don't think it's working quite accurate. I remember there was a game where Messi had missed a penalty and scored what was an open goal from 2 yards out, and our expected goals was 0.8. That was with an open goal and a penalty. The open goal being from 2 yards out. So I don't think it's working quite as it should be, but either way, 4-2 win there. Before we played Huseca, who were bottom of the league. We went for it, Dembele, Barbosa and Fati on the score sheet there, giving us a 3-0 victory. Before we played Mallorca, not played any team from the same division as us, I don't think, in this Copa del Rey run. And again, a 4-2 victory, and again the stats show that why did it load his stat page? Probably double click there. Stats show again drastically over expected goals for the game. Fati with a goal before he got stretchered off, Coutinho with a brace, and Gabriel Barbosa sealing the deal. Then played Real Betis, Antoine Griezmann with the only goal of that game, and then Lecce, where Gabriel Barbosa got the only goal of that game. So a fairly good run of form coming into this game. 5 wins on the bounce, including the 2 Copa del Rey games against top league teams. It's 4 wins, 1 draw, and today we are playing FC Porto. So we're going to get pitch side for that. I'm going to go and select the team, and I will see you there in just a second. So this is the team we're lining up with. We've got Ter Stegen in goal, and Babu at right back, and Titi is in because PK is suspended. Longley is in. Grimaldo is now registered, so he is in. He has been our first choice left back, but it wasn't a choice now because Jordi Alba is suspended as well. I was trying to think of the word there. Sergio Busquets, Pedri, as I said, been giving him as much game time as I can, and he's really developing for it. Do have some issue with training. What I didn't realise when I changed my assistant manager, I no longer had a defensive tactical coach, and eventually some people have some players have eventually brought that to my attention, so I've got that addressed. That's why if you were to go back a couple of frames, you'll see I requested extra coaching privileges, which was accepted. So I'm looking at signing Danny McGrain, who is Celtic's defensive coach, who for some reason that I can't explain is one of the, if not the best, defensive tactical coach on the game. I literally compared him to 3 or 4 other ones, and he beat every single one. Absolute crazy. So we've got Coutinho in there, we've got Messi, Griezmann and Barbosa. I kind of went off on a bit of a tangent, but all 3 of our signings are in the team. We still need a big rebuild, of course. You know, this is filler right now. Grimaldo probably sticks around, and Babu definitely filler, and Barbosa is kind of expected to be a rotation option long term. But Messi, Griezmann, Barbosa, I feel like is our best front 3. Obviously, we're playing against a very, very good Porto side. We can't underestimate them by any stretch of the imagination, but we are at the camp now, so I'm going to go with all the best, have fun, and then the hands on hips I'm finding quite good. For whatever reason, I am not the best with body language, and I will admit that straight away in tactics. Actually, what tactics are we on? I expect we're on very attacking. We are indeed. That was because of the tactical changes. I'm finding out very, very quickly that you cannot, in this game, be how I've been in previous football managers of one tactic fits all. My assistant manager's keeping me right quite quickly in terms of just little adjustments, and I'm just trying to stick to those little adjustments and, you know, learn different things, adjust tactics in game and whatnot based on how things are going. But right now I think positive is probably the best. I missed my attack because I was recording. I didn't pay attention because I realised, oh, game day, go back a screen, and the screen never came back again. Barbosa in with a good chance there, but blocked. Messi across for Griezmann. 21 goals for this season. He started the season very, very strongly and then tailed off. Had a very bad January, Griezmann, when I was trying to sell him. He really didn't want to leave. Both him and Pjanic kind of threw the dummy out a little bit. Since January his form has kicked on again, which is why I'm trying to get them all on the team now. But also feel Gabriel Barbosa's form has been too good to drop. And with Fati being injured, he is on... No, we're only allowed 7 subs today, so he isn't actually on the bench. I should correct myself there. But he wasn't. He would have been on the bench with the suspensions. He would have made the bench. But with that being the case, I felt Griezmann was the best option. Now I still will look to sell Griezmann, probably Messi as well in the summer actually. I think the wages between those two would save up 1.8 million in wages just between Griezmann and Messi. I know I triggered Messi's contract extension, but that does mean we can get some money for him hopefully. Coutinho whipped across Griezmann, just over from Antoine Griezmann. Seems reasonable. We're doing okay. 1-0 up, of course. Surprised to see a full green heart there, and Barbosa still at that stage of the game. Took a really big while to go down. First time we've seen Porto really going forward in a highlight. Now obviously I suspect stats will say that they've been forward a few times, but it looks like their first highlight round now is Sar. Gets it back to Albamos. I'm not going to try and pronounce too many of their names. Pedri picks up in the midfield, launches it forward, good ball from Pedri, and this is where Pedri's really good. He spots those counter-attacks so well. Barbosa does get a bit isolated with them, but he gets the ball up there. Barbosa a little bit unlucky there. Messi with the corner whipped in toward, it would have been Umtiti. I did change my attacking corner tactics. Now we have had slightly more success in terms of getting highlights, but not any more goals. Grimaldo stepping in well there against Porto. His former rivals, of course, he spent a long time at Benfica, so that's fairly good. Dressing room, we will hands in pockets again. I'm not a good body language expert, but the stuff that I would think isn't great seems to work. I don't feel like I pressed a button there. I need to watch it back, but I feel like I didn't push a button. No shots from Porto in that first half. We are expected to be 1-0 up according to the expected target goals and stuff, so that's good. But it looks like Porto have a free kick deep in our half here. That's a good effort. Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and what will be his last season for the club, with a good save there. Obviously we'll try and sell Neto again, no nibbles on him. But I think first season, teams just have no money to spend. I don't know what it's like across the board. You guys can maybe tell me in the comments what it's like for your teams, but certainly what I'm seeing right now is there's not a whole lot of money there, as Jesus Corona has tucked home for them. I'm going to give a bit of a demand more. I said we can't underestimate these guys. They're a very good team. They're at 0.27 now goals expected per game. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like that was a very, very clear-cut chance. Messi has picked up a knock here, so we're going to have to bring him off. Do I have anyone really? I'm quite liking doing this in game actually, switching to a winger on attack on that side. Now I feel like Dembele can use his right foot. He can. Any other subs I want to make right now? I feel like I've only got 3 subs just now. Should have really checked. We'll bring Frankie on for Busquets. Trying to get Frankie back up to match fitness has been an absolute horror show for us this season. I'm kind of writing this season off for him, but in the expectation he's going to be a key player next season, if that makes sense. But again, Porto on the counter here, deep in our half. Since the goal, they've definitely came a lot more into the game. Gabriel Barbosa gets it into their half with Coutinho. A decent pass there. Coutinho, shocking pass from Philippe Coutinho. Long way, again, shocking header. You just got to be aiming that in a direction of a teammate. We had 4 or 5 guys free there, and you aimed it to the only guy in a Porto shirt that you could have got even remotely close to. Nanu comes past. Grimaldo, good challenge, but it falls again to a Porto shirt. I feel like we need to change something tactically here, so I'm going to go to shorter passing, lower tempo, in fact higher tempo. No wait, cancel. What I want to do is go shorter. That's fine. Do we make any more subs? Pedri is absolutely knackered. Let's bring Pjanic on there. I'm going to swap Pjanic and Coutinho around. Shame we had to bring Messi off. I feel like that's kind of a game changer. I feel like he's probably picked up a knock or something, but for the amount that he dropped so quickly. Felipe Anderson in all sorts of space there. Ter Stegen equal to him. Come on, guys. They have been a lot better second half. They have been the better team second half. I've got no complaints in this. We are tiring. You can see our players, Griezmann, Grimaldo, Longley, and Babu, all absolutely shattered. Not rotated the team particularly well. Umtiti plays it out to Ousmane Dembele. He's got Babu on the overlap. Felipe Anderson not finding Babu for him. Dembele not the best at spotting runs. Griezmann hits the post. He was offside anyway. 4 minutes of injury time to be added on, and they've got that vital away goal. It's not good for us here. Felipe Anderson takes it off Mbabu, who's just got nothing in him. We've got nothing in the tank. Matthias. Played it away. Oh, it's a poor pass. Barbosa, who does have stuff in the tank, just slow away there. I wonder if they're tackling hard or something, because I feel like a lot of this must be knocks. Dembele brings it forward, finds Gabriel Barbosa. How's that guy got the block in there? I feel like he was behind Barbosa. Free kick for a foul, or not, for offside from Tony Martinez. I done that demand more quite a while ago, I feel. Kevin Mbabu, absolutely shattered. Long way. Gets it to Pjanic. Long way again. Grimaldo. We're going to have to go to Porto and score by the looks of it. Not a great performance from us, and I'm a bit disappointed with that because, you know, we've been playing so well recently, particularly defensively, and you haven't seen that today. You've seen a lot of defensive errors from the team. De Jong, Pjanic, Grimaldo, back to Longley. Can we find one more chance? Just one more chance. Come on, guys. Not long left. 10 seconds. Now would be a bit of a sucker punch. No, it's over. It was an end of game highlight. Expected goals say we should win that quite comfortably, but that's not how it works, of course. Shots on target suggest it's an even game, and I actually feel like their goal was a clear-cut chance, so hey ho. Disappointing, very, very disappointing. I do suspect they were tackling quite hard. We've got a lot of yellows, and our players' fitnesses were shredding down so quick. So I'm going to thrash the arms and say not good enough, because thrashing arms is better than throwing the water bottle. Throw the water bottle and everyone throws their toys out of the pram. He's going to pick up yellow cards. And Grimaldo is a super player. I have actually scouted him a few times. Not Grimaldo, Jesus Corona. I've scouted him a few times. Always decided against it. I don't think I'll make a move for him. But next episode we are going to come back, and I think we're going to have a little break again. So we're going to jump past the Porto game, and we will go to the El Clasico. We've got the Copa del Rey semi-final between them. So, you know, it's a good 6 or 7 games. Gives me a bit of a breather, and I can, you know, I've got a few days to get there. I'm not going to be able to record for a few days, so again, it just allows me to play a bit more FM. And during that time, I'm also going to go through all my coaching staff, because coaching wise, I think coaches, if we have a look here, I don't feel this is, you know, apart from me, because I set myself up almost specific for this. This is a coaching staff. And I think, was it this guy that I brought in one of these guys, and maybe these guys. I don't feel this is a coaching team that is worthy of Barcelona, if I'm honest. So if we have a look at staff overview, does say we've got second best in the league. Best? Second best. Right, so green means we're not the best. Okay, so it does say we've got the best in the league. I'm not convinced, so I'm going to go through all the staff and whatnot and readjust that and try and get staff that I feel are more for me, and then that can allow us to push forward as a team. I should have shown you the league table. We are up to second, 6 points behind Real Madrid, 3 points ahead of the Iron Wall defence of Valencia. But anyway, guys, that's going to end this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe. I'll hopefully catch you all next time.